Hey everybody, this is EduJoe and welcome to another video in my series on Python Basics. In today's video we're going to look at while loops. So let's get right into it. I'm going to set a variable equal to 1 and then I will start the while loop syntax. I'm going to say while x is less than 10, I want to print the value of x. So there we go, print the value of x. But if I run this, it's going to be an infinite loop. I'll explain everything, but this will be an infinite loop. So let me just press F5 and show you what I mean by that. As you can see, this continuously just runs. It's just a bunch of ones. So I'm just going to press Control C, and then you will see that if I just go all the way up here, it's quite a, you can't actually see this, but it's quite a long way up. Let me just bring this in over there, and you can see this goes all the way there, and then it goes down, and even if I just bring up the bottom part just into the area, you will see it runs many times over there. So that will cause an infinite loop. So we have to have something that tells the code when to stop. So we do have that, but the value of x is not going up because you saw we were just printing 1 all the time. So just for the purpose of this piece of code, I'm just going to say x is equal to x plus 1. So what that will do is it will increase the value of x, and that will then cause it to stop. So I'm just going to run it and then I'll explain it in a bit more detail. So I'm going to say F5, I'm going to run the code, and then you can see that it stopped. It printed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 because we started at 1, and the value, the lowest value that was smaller than 10 was 9. Right, so that is what that does. So how does the code actually work? So this is the part that I want to explain to you. So we set the value of x, we set that to 1 over here, and what that means is that the value of x as we go in here will be exactly 1. This will be 1, so I'll just put a little 1 over there. So while 1 is less than 10, if that is true, print x. So this is true, 1 is less than 10, and that means that this value it'll print is a 1 that's going to be printed. And then that value goes in here, so that is 1, and then we have plus 1, which means the value for this one will be a 2. And it comes around, it goes all the way around, and it comes back here, and the value now is going to be 2. While 2 is less than 10, and then all of this will be replaced by 2, and this will then become 3, and so on. And this will keep on going around until we have everything sorted out. The other thing I just want to mention is, I just want to change that color quickly, there we go, that when you have a while loop, you must type that in lower, well, the W must be in lowercase, but this is lowercase. That's what that looks like. You must have some sort of a condition. I'll just change the color for that one as well. There has to be some sort of a condition that you do, and this is where our condition is over here. And then you must also end it off. I'll just use orange for that one. You must end it off with a colon. I'll just do that. That is what must happen. And then I'll just go for blue again. And then everything that you have under here, let's call this our block of code, all of that belongs to the while loop. So let me just clear that, and let me go through this part that is important, and that is you must end with a colon, you must start your loop like that, and then your block of code must have this area over here, which is our tab space. So I'll just let me just clear this this one again here. I'll just actually I'll just type another one, while I'll just say x again, while x is, it doesn't really matter, I'm just going to say equal to 1 colon. If I press colon, if I press enter, if I don't put a colon, I press, you'll see it goes on the left hand side over there, but we don't want that. If you have a colon and you press enter, it jumps to the tab space, and that is the bit that we want. So that's why it's important to have that little colon over there. Cool. So the other thing I just need to mention is that I'll just change this color to red again, is that all of the code that you have here, that block of code, however big that may be, belongs to the rest of the while loop. So that belongs, I can actually draw a big one just around that, belongs to the while loop. So all the code that's in red here, everything that's under the while loop with a tab space, at least a tab space. It can go much deeper, but for now, if it has the tab space, it belongs to the while loop, and this is called nested. It's nested inside the while loop. Cool. So that is what that does. So that's a very simple example. Very important to remember that you must always start with the some sort of a variable that you set. I mean, you don't have to start with. You're going to set this to true, but that's not good practice. So x equals 1, and then you can kickstart the value to make sure if it's true. So while that is true, it will execute some sort of a code. Right, I'm sure that makes sense, and in the next video I'll go slightly further with the while loops.